Okay, I'm checking in on all the new beardsmen out there. If you started growing your beard in No Shave November, you're at about the 45-day mark. Are you ready for a trim? Hold on, we're going to talk about it. Hey guys, Brian Haywood here. Welcome back to my Beards and Banjos YouTube channel, where we talk about all things bearded, trying to help you grow the best beard that you can. And we've been doing a beginner beardsman series. We started in No Shave November, kind of did weekly updates, talked about using beard oil and getting a boar's hair brush and where to maintain your cheek line and your neckline. So if you're still a new beardsman, make sure you go back and check those out if you haven't seen them. And now we're rolling on into the second month. We're at the middle of the second month, around the 45-day mark. All right, so I went and dug up some pictures of myself at the 45-day mark because I started in No Shave November in 2017, 3 years ago. So you can kind of see what mine looked like. It was starting to fill in pretty well, and I was pretty pleased with it at that point. I did have some patches on the side that you can't see, and my underbeard and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to get into all of that. I want to kind of talk about where I was at and kind of my journey. I was not one to say, I'm going to just let this thing go for months and not do anything to it. I wanted it to look as best it could all throughout. So that means I did more maintenance trims every month or so. I was doing a little trimming, and it's all about where you take the hair away and where you leave it. All right. So for a nice full beard, you want this area in here, kind of the goatee region, and underneath your beard right here to keep growing out as best you can. And you can even have a nice short looking beard, but it's still going to have this fullness here. So you can see on my face, as you're taking a look at it there, the area in the front underneath my chin really needed to grow a little bit longer so I could start making some lines and start having more style to it and all of that, which came over the next few months, as we'll see as we go through this this little series here. But where you want to think about taking some hair away is possibly your sideburn area. All right, the bottom of your mustache right at your lip line, because you want to maintain lines. So you want to go back and watch the cheek line video I did. There's tools you can use for that. Basically, you want to aim for the top of the mustache if you can, and then if that doesn't work for you, kind of aim for the corner of your mouth. All right, as you're letting everything grow out. So that's for your cheek line. For your neckline, you want it to be where your head connects to your neck. Okay, but every face is a little bit different. So go back and check that video out about where to maintain your neckline. And for some guys, it's gonna look a little bit too low until you get the part in the front to go down further than what's in the back. But you just have to kind of tough it out there for a few months. Some guys, the way their chins are, their chin is, it goes down further and you've got a nice angle to it and it goes right up, and you can grow everything out at one time and it's not a big deal. Everybody's face is different. All right, so what kind of tools do you need? For your sideburns, and basically for your whole beard, you've got some options, and you may already have something. So for years, I would have like a little goatee or something like that, and I would have one of these types. I had another type I liked a little bit better. This one's a Philips Norelco, and it's got one of these dials on it. So as I dial it up, it basically is moving this thing up a little bit at a time. I don't know if it's going up by millimeters maybe. So 3.5, it goes all the way up to, what does it go up to? It goes up to 10. And this part up here just kind of extends as you do it. So what I did as I was growing my beard out is I actually, every 2 weeks or so, I felt like I didn't have even growth. So I would keep this thing really high, go over it. If I didn't hear anything, I would click it down, and I would click it down until I just heard it ticking some hairs away, and then I stopped. And then I would wait another week or two, and I would go up another notch and do the same kind of thing. So I tried to keep it looking nice and even as it was growing out, and that worked well for me. I think if I would go back and do it again and shave and start from scratch, as I wouldn't do that over my entire beard nearly as much, because I know how much the stuff in the front needs to grow out. So you can use something like that, and that also works well on your sideburns area because this is a little bit narrow. You can use this type of clipper if you already have it, or trimmer. If you're going to be a long haul bearder, I definitely suggest the Brio Beardscape. It's got the different kind of attachments, and you may not have that yet if you haven't ever grown out a beard, but that also works for your head and that kind of stuff. Some of you may have something like this. This is a wall, this was a corded trimmer, that clipper for your hair. That's what it's made for. So I got this at Walmart or something like that, but it's got your different kind of attachments on it. It's a little bit cumbersome when you're working angles on your beard. It's just a little bit big because it's made for your head. And also with the guards, they've got these long plastic pieces on it. So for example, this is a 2 guard, which is a 1/4 inch. That's about the same thing as a 6 point something millimeters. If I just looked it up. Hold on, let me look it up, make sure I'm not telling you wrong, because I'm a math teacher. I don't want to tell you wrong. 6.35 millimeters that is. All right, well, here is what the Brio looks like. Here's how long it is, and that's at 9 millimeters. So the part that you're working with is a lot smaller. So it works a lot better when you're working angles and stuff on your face with that. So, and both of those have a little lever on it. So if it's a little bit too, you need to crank it down a little bit, you can just move the lever and that tightens up the clippers a little bit. And this one's got a slide on it. Works the same way. So down as you're getting a longer guard, and then as you move it up, it clicks it down. So you can just go until you start hearing it click the hairs away, and that works really well. The other thing you may be interested in getting is a clipper comb, and you're thinking, I can't comb my beard, it's not that long. It's actually for blending, right? Because it's flat. And it's actually the width of a 1 guard on a hair clipper. Barbers use it to get rid of the lines when they're using guards all around your head. All right, so you can actually just put it in right here and at the widest point, because what'll happen is it'll start looking a little bit wider right here and kind of poofy. And you can use this to help you. And I've done a couple videos on tapering techniques that you can use. So you can either use the guards and kind of go down, or you can use the clipper comb. All right, if your hairstyle is longer, if your sideburn area here on your hair is longer than what your beard is, I probably wouldn't do a whole lot to it. I may not even mess with your sideburns yet. My hairstyle is a little bit shorter, right? I usually go with a 1 guard. So if I were to get my hair trimmed, then it would be kind of a big transition. So I always like trying to make that nice and smooth. And when you do that, you're only really working with this top part, right? Kind of where the middle of your earlobe is. Not earlobe, sorry, the middle of your ear. Just go up from there. That's really the only part you really need to blend. Everything below that you want to fill out to see what you're working with. Okay, the other thing to consider is your neckline at the bottom. So if you've got one of the types of faces where your neck slopes a little bit, even if you're keeping a nice clean line on the bottom, what will happen a lot of times is you'll get the neck beard, this area underneath will grow faster than what it is at your chin because of the way everything's sloped. So you may need to, at some point, use that clipper comb and go, not move your line, but to kind of taper to your line. So think about this with your hair. If you get a buzz cut, everything looks really good when it's not like at a 1 guard. But once it gets past like a 2 or a 3 guard, having every hair on your head being the same length does not work, right? You need to keep this area on the sides and back a little bit shorter. You let the crown and the top of your hair grow. Well, if you've got more hair than I do the best I can, but you know, that ship has sailed. The same thing for your beard. If you're keeping a nice short clipper beard, you can have it all the same length and it looks good, kind of a long scruff kind of idea. But once it gets to a certain point and you're about at it, if you're at the 45-day mark, you will realize that, okay, I need to do something here to sharpen up my look. And just like you do on your hair, there's certain regions you need to keep a little bit shorter than the other as it's growing out, and that's your sideburns And then for a lot of guys, it's right at your neckline, that little inch or so away from your neck. You can you need to keep that tapered a little bit. If not, things will start to look a little bit uneven. So you can see in this guy's picture what will happen. You can just barely see it, but if he would let this grow unkempt from scratch for about a month or two, you would have this little ridge on the bottom of where his neckline is that would be a little bit too long, and it would stick out further than the chin. So what you do is you can just knock that off, or you can taper it with the guards. You can put the comb in. Once again, you're not changing where your line is at. You are just tapering that last little bit, trying to clean up the look. Just like on the back of your hair, you've got a little taper on that, or on the sides. The same kind of thing. So one last thing to consider is your mustache. Some people say, oh, my mustache is getting so big, it's so aggravating. Usually it's just the bottom hairs, the bottom row of hairs is what gets aggravating. That's what goes in your mouth first. So you don't really want to take the guard and go over your entire mustache. That's really not the way to go about it, because what'll happen is you'll end up with a little bitty tiny mustache and a big old beard, which if that's what you're looking for, that's fine. For me, especially as you're growing out, I would suggest just trimming even with your lip line. Okay, so these type of little small scissors here, I got these off Amazon. I'll put a link for you below. And I can't really show you very well on my lips because it's covered up. But basically, you just go straight across the top of your lip line with this, and you're not really cutting into the hairs at the top. You're really only cutting the little row of hairs at the bottom. Because think about it, if every hair on your mustache is the same length, what's going to happen is the ones at the top are just going to be up here. The ones at the bottom, that bottom row is the one that gets in your mouth. All right, so if you'll just trim even with your lip line with some nice little small scissors, these are great for kind of getting a random hair here or there, or working on your mustache. And that will allow you to keep growing. You can get that nice, more prominent mustache. Now, if later on you decide, hey, I don't like that, I'm going to go with a shorter kind of overall look, then you can, you can take the guard to it. But for right now, as you're growing out, I would suggest not doing that. If you know where to take the hair away, you can really sharpen up your look. You'll be more happy with it. You will need to do less styling and maintenance and routines and that kind of stuff. It won't be near as cumbersome. It'll be a lot easier to attain a look that you're happy with. So that's my opinion. That's my take on things. Some people will say, no, don't touch anything for 6 months. I could not do that, and I still don't think I could do that. So I'm looking for places where I can make it easier on myself and also be more happy with my look. So let me know in the comments if you did any of that when you were growing out, or what's interesting to you there. Do you taper your sideburns a little bit? Did you think about tapering your neck and kind of controlling that underbeard and keeping it from overtaking it and letting your chin at the front grow out? But anyway, I hope you found this useful for you guys. And as always, I appreciate you watching. We'll see you soon.